Carrying yourself to confidence. You are listening to The Competitor's Brain. This is Lauren Fox, and this is episode number 43. So one thing that we talk about, and yes, I realize it's been a minute since I recorded one of these, got sidetracked, had some family in town, what have you, and don't really have a great place to record. So right now I'm recording in the garage. But one thing to consider when you are doing just about any endeavor is you have to be confident in your abilities. Whether I'm recording this, whether you're walking into a work meeting, whether you're going up to take an at-bat, whether you're stepping to the free throw line, you name it. People are perceiving what they might sense as weakness in you, and you have to show that you are not weak. Now, one thing to consider with a baseball game is you have multiple chances. You swing and miss, great. You have another chance within the at-bat, sometimes two, depending on where you are in the at-bat. You have a sales call. Well, you might have an opportunity to leave another voicemail if you don't get a call back. You name it. You may not have another opportunity to present to somebody. But got this one from the Knowledge Project, which is Shane Parrish's podcast. He does some excellent interviews with high performers as well as people who train high performers. And this one comes from Jim Loehr, who is an expert on mental toughness and performance psychology. If you haven't read any of his books, do have a couple of them here, certainly worth checking out. But Jim Loehr says, the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you walk, the way that you carry your shoulders matters. I got a fabulous opportunity to interview one of Spain's most famous bullfighters, Martín Vázquez. I wanted to know how a matador controls fear when they know that there's this massive bull who's going to do everything possible to kill them and to subdue this potential threat that the bull is seeing. How do you control fear? How do you keep from being paralyzed? Because when you choke, you're very likely going to get gored and can very possibly die. Now, I'm going to interject here. That does not happen if you let one pitch in an at-bat go by. It is not life and death. It might feel that way, but it's not. And Vázquez smiles, and he says, "Is it not obvious, Jim?" And I said, "No, I came all this way. It's not that obvious." And he said, "Have you ever seen a bullfighter in the ring show anything but supreme confidence? Have you ever seen them mope around with rounded shoulders saying, 'Oh, I'm having a bad day. I don't feel like I'm on my game today,' being negative or a little bit pessimistic and irritated at the bull because the bull is just not cooperating or whatever?" He said, "We start training as a young boy at a very early age on how to walk, how to turn, how to carry our shoulders, where to put our eyes. Every single detail is done meticulously." And he said, "The bull can see that and knows that you have no fear and that you dominate the bull by your presence. We control fear by our physical presence." So today, regardless of what you're doing, walking into a classroom to take a test, walking into a job interview, walking into a sales call, walking up for an at-bat, what are you doing to control the fear or doubt that you might have by your physical presence?